Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Good evening and welcome. For all the claims we make, for all the big talk, for all the clout we claim, and for all the great equations we claim to have with the Russian government and with Vladimir Putin, we could not save the life of 32-year-old Binil Babu, who died being forced to fight for the Russians against Ukraine. Binil was trapped into fighting for Russia by Russian mercenary armies. He was fooled and trapped. He did not want to fight. He was never a fighter. He was just looking for some work in Poland, and then he was surreptitiously forced into the battlefield. What is the Ministry of External Affairs doing in our country? The Ministry of External Affairs, which claims always that it has got everything right, it does everything right, that it can never be wrong, that it has worked out things beautifully with the Russians, to bring people trapped in the war zone with the Russians back, and we're always told the MA has done it perfectly well. There's no better foreign ministry in the world. But when Binil Babu kept pleading with the Indian embassy, where was the MEA? Where were the diplomats? When he kept pleading, when his family kept pleading with the Ministry of External Affairs, the Ministry of External Affairs seems to have done absolutely nothing effectively. An official in the Russian embassy, in Russia, in Moscow, informed Binil on the phone that his contract had expired, which means the Indian embassy knew everything, the MEA knew everything. They knew his situation, they could have escalated the matter, they could have done much more. But Binil only got a bureaucratic response, and the Indian government did evidently very little to save his life. Why, ladies and gentlemen, why? Was the life of Binil Babu, a 32-year-old Malayali man, not important enough for the government of India? And why is the MEA quiet today? Did the Indian government, so busy with the great power games and building global clout and global equations, not have enough time to put as much effort as was required to save 32-year-old Binil Babu's life? Or does the life of an Indian citizen not matter? Is an Indian citizen's life expendable, ladies and gentlemen? Isn't it important for the External Affairs Minister to speak on cases like Binil Babu's, escalate it with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and to Putin himself, embarrass the Russian government, that on the one side you want a great equation with India, you want our support, you want our money, you want our help, but you couldn't care less that an Indian dies fighting a battle for the Russians that he does not want to fight, that he did not want to fight, that he was pulled into and trapped into. Ladies and gentlemen, the straight question tonight is this: did the Ministry of External Affairs of the Indian government respond with the kind of urgency that such cases require? Yes, urgency, ladies and gentlemen. With the same kind of urgency as we go to Dubai and have strategic dialogues with the Taliban may be important. But how is the life of Binil Babu less important? My view is clear. We are unfortunately sometimes so busy with the big global picture, big talk, big diplomacy, gee this, gee that, that we forget that diplomacy must also matter for the citizen. And in this case, our government's diplomacy has failed. Binil Babu's death is a result of that unforgivable diplomatic failure. The MEA must answer more than it is right now. Right now, the MEA only gave us today perfunctory noises about bringing his body back. What I'm asking them tonight is, when they knew that he was pleading, can the government say it could do absolutely nothing? Does the Ministry of External Affairs truly believe, that the death of Binil Babu was unavoidable, ladies and gentlemen? This is a shame. And it's debate number one tonight. Did India fail Binil Babu? The 32-year-old Binil's desperate plea on video, completely unheard by the Ministry of External Affairs. Debate one tonight. Debate number two this evening. A huge fight between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP has broken out. Debate three tonight. ... That's the kind of response, in most clear terms, that Rajnath says we're going to deliver to the Pakistanis if they don't give up the terrorist camps that they are sponsoring right now. And here are the headlines this Tuesday evening on the Debate Tonight. 32-year-old Binil Babu, a resident of Kerala, duped and taken to fight Russia's war. Republic accesses exclusive videos of his desperate and unheard appeals with the Indian government. Why did the Indian embassy in Moscow and the MEA fail to secure him for over a month? The Ministry of External Affairs is totally on the back foot after Binil Babu's video comes out. No explanation given by the MEA for their inaction. The hoax bomb calls to schools in Delhi has become the number one election issue tonight. Delhi police claims the NGO under a scanner is linked to the Aam Aadmi Party.
खुलकर कहना चाहता हूं, वहां आज भी आतंकवादियों के लिए ट्रेनिंग कैंप चलाए जा रहे हैं। भारत सरकार को सब पता चल रहा है, पाकिस्तान को इनको खत्म करना ही होगा, नहीं तो ...
Defense Minister Rajnath Singh gives a stern ... warning to Pakistan. He says the government of India has complete details of Pakistan's terrorist network, says dismantle the terror network or else ... And ladies and gentlemen, Binil Babu was one of many Indians duped by the human trafficking racket and shipped off to Russia to fight its war. He was forced into it, and tonight, the videos of Binil Babu's desperate appeals to the Indian government, his own government, to the Indian embassy, to the Ministry of External Affairs, evidently unheard, sends out just one message: that there was a delay in our very slow and tardy bureaucratic response to bring him back. Our government failed to save Binil Babu. Let's debate.
April 2024. Binil Babu, aged 32 from Kerala, landed in Poland with his relative Jain TK to secure a job. It was only on landing that they realized that their jobs were not in Poland but 5,000 kilometers away in Russia. Binil and Jain had just become the latest victims of the human trafficking mafia that has duped hundreds of Indians into joining the Russian war efforts in Ukraine. The two men were secured on the same contract, which according to family members expired 3 months ago as of December 2024.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ജെയിൻ എന്നാണ്, വീട് മിനാലൂർ കുറാഞ്ചേരിയിലാണ്.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ബിനിൽ എന്നാണ്, വീട് കുട്ടല്ലൂരാണ്.
ഞങ്ങളിവിടെ റഷ്യയിൽ ആർമിയിൽ ആണ് ഇപ്പോൾ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഞങ്ങൾ സന്ദീപിൻ്റെ ഒപ്പം വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. 3 ആഴ്ച മുമ്പാണ് സന്ദീപ് മരിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങൾ എംബസിയിൽ വിളിച്ച് ഞങ്ങളുടെ തിരിച്ചു പോരാനുള്ള പേപ്പറുകളൊക്കെ റെഡിയാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഒപ്പം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന എല്ലാവരെയും ബാക്ക് പൊസിഷനിലേക്ക് ഇപ്പം മാറ്റിയെന്ന് അറിഞ്ഞായിരുന്നു എംബസി ഇടപെട്ടിട്ട്. ഞങ്ങളിപ്പോഴും ഫ്രണ്ട് ലൈനിൽ തന്നെയായിരുന്നു നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ഞങ്ങളതിനെ എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് സഹായിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടൊന്ന് അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു.
ഞങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നവർ ബാക്കിലോട്ട് പോയി, പക്ഷെ ഞങ്ങൾ മാത്രം ബാക്കിലോട്ട് പോയിട്ടില്ല. എന്താണെന്ന് അറിയില്ല. അതിൻ്റെ കാരണം എന്തിനാണ് എത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് പരിഹരിക്കണം എന്ന് അപേക്ഷിക്കുന്നു.
Binil and his family were in constant touch with the Indian embassy in Moscow, but his desperate pleas went unanswered for months. The family has named Officer Ram Kumar, listed as a counselor at mission, who was reportedly in touch with the family but failed to assist them in securing the release of Binil and Jain despite their desperate requests.
കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞ എംബസിയിലെ രാംകുമാർ സാറിനെ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പുള്ളി ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കോൺട്രാക്റ്റൊക്കെ 3 മാസം മുമ്പ് തന്നെ ക്യാൻസൽ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നാണ്. പക്ഷെ അത് ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടുത്തെ കമാൻഡറുടെ അടുത്ത് പറയുമ്പോൾ കമാൻഡർ ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറയുന്നത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കോൺട്രാക്റ്റ് ഇതുവരെ ക്യാൻസലാക്കിയിട്ടില്ല, ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അവരെ ഇവിടുന്ന് ഡിസ്മിസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഓർഡർ അവർക്ക് ഡിഫൻസ് മിനിസ്റ്ററിൽ നിന്ന് ലഭിക്കണം, അല്ലാതെ ഞങ്ങളെ പറഞ്ഞയക്കാൻ സാധിക്കില്ല എന്നാണ് അവർ പറയണത്. ഇപ്പം എന്ത് ചെയ്യണമെന്നറിയാത്തൊരവസ്ഥയിലായിരുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ഇങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും ഞങ്ങളെ ഒന്ന് ഇവിടുന്ന് സഹായിക്കണമായിരുന്നു.
Just a few days after these messages, reports came in that Binil had lost his life in a drone strike. Listen to the last words of Binil to his family before he was killed.
വെടിവെപ്പ് ഉണ്ടാവാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ടെന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇപ്പം എല്ലാം പറയാൻ പറ്റില്ലല്ലോ. പിന്നെ ഇവര് എല്ലാം ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറയില്ലല്ലോ. ഇവര് റെഡിയാവാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. തോക്കും ഗ്രനേഡും എല്ലാ സാധനങ്ങളും തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട് ഇവിടെ. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ റെഡിയാവാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഇരിക്കുന്നു.
Binil's family is shattered.
ഭർത്താവ് എനിക്ക് വേഗം വിട്ടുകിട്ടണം. ഇതുവരെ ഒന്നും ചെയ്യാൻ ആർക്കും പറ്റിയിട്ടില്ല. ഇതുവരെ ആര് പറഞ്ഞെടുത്തേക്ക് അങ്ങോട്ട് പോവാന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ അങ്ങോട്ട് പോവാ, ഇങ്ങോട്ട് പോവാൻ പറഞ്ഞ ഇങ്ങോട്ട് പോവാ, അങ്ങനെ നടന്നിട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇതെങ്കിലും ചെയ്തതായോ. എന്റെ ഭർത്താവിന്റെ ബോഡി വേഗം എത്തിക്ക്. എന്റെ മോനെ അവന്റെ അപ്പനെ അങ്ങനെ ഇങ്ങനെ നേരിട്ട് കണ്ടോട്ടെ.
After months of unanswered, desperate calls for help, the MEA has put out a statement on Binil's death, saying that the government is working with Russia to ensure the return of Binil's mortal remains. But Binil Babu did not have to die to return to his motherland. Who failed to secure Binil, the government of Russia or the government of India?
With me today, I have Libin, his brother of Binil. He is joining us from UK. Advocate Subhash Chandran, advocate of the Supreme Court of India, leans towards CPIM. We'll get the bandwidth corrected in a minute, I hope, producers. And Abhishek Sudhir leans towards the BJP. My first question is to Dr. Sergey Dovarinov.
Yes.
Dr. Sergey,
Yes.
obviously, the Russian government thinks that this is a one-way relationship. But Russia must also understand that it needs India more than India needs Russia. We have supported you at a time when you needed our help. But your government is doing absolutely nothing to release the Indians who have been fooled and trapped into fighting for Russian mercenary armies. This attitude is very bad. Across India, people are very angry with Russians, with Vladimir Putin, with your government today for its insensitivity. Our government has kept telling you that you need to make sure and do something more to release all the Indians who are forced into fighting against Ukraine. But your government doesn't seem to care. That means they don't need a relationship with India, maybe.
Good evening, Namaste, Namaskar. Dear and Honorable Arnold Goswami ji, I'm so happy that you sincere ask me, but I feel the pain inside my heart, and I want to explain that I'm not representative Minister of External Affairs or any official's position of Russian government. I can be present in your show like a representative of NGO and religion philosopher. If it's relevant to discuss in this position, I can share my views and my opinion. Thank you so much. Lovely. First of all, come to the first shloka of Bhagavad Gita. Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetra kurukshetra samaveda yutsavaha. Even Lord Krishna himself was felt in his diplomacy during his conversation with Duryodhana a lot of times. And we know this very well. And the war, what happened? Right now, we can see that again that Kurukshetra and our national leader try his level best to approach Western leaders and informs them, please, I should take care about our country, about security. Please don't join Ukraine to NATO. Don't put this country to the trouble and Russian population. It's very famous statement, very famous expression that death of one personality is a tragedy, and the death of 1,000 people is just only a statistic. We can see so from both sides, Ukraine and Russia as well, is a lot of deaths and a lot of pain and tears of the mothers and wives, like the same on Kurukshetra battlefield. But right now we can see that particular death of the Indian citizen, because it's related to your motherland, to your nation, is a tragedy. And at the same, in my heart, I can feel this tragedy because I love India. I visit India every year, twice. Even last year, I attend all full parikrama in Vrindavan. And
Sir,
I always pray that
Dr.
this year
Sergey, I appreciate your thoughts and your warmth for India and Indian culture. But,
Yes.
and I also appreciate the fact that you can't answer on behalf of your government, but I just want to say this overall,
Yes.
that Indians are trapped in a war on the pretext of employment. Russian mercenary
Yes.
armies are forcing them in. You have your own problem with Ukraine. You have to release the Indian citizens. It is your obligation to do that. And I think your government is being extremely casual in its approach. The Russian Defense Ministry is not releasing these people, and that is wrong. These people should not have died. They are not trained to fight. They are not trained fighters. Russian government cannot force anyone to participate in the war. This is like putting somebody in prison and forcing them to fight a battle they cannot fight. It only requires one message from Kremlin to get them all released, and your government has not done that. Whenever your government puts in requests to the Indian government, we respond immediately. We go all out. We support you. Narendra Modi went all the way to Moscow. At the risk of spoiling his relationship with other countries, he supported Russia. But relationship is two ways. It is not just one way. So I feel that that has not been understood by the Russian government, and I think that this was a very unavoidable tragedy. And I don't want to put you in an embarrassing situation on that, but I'm telling you what I think, sir.
Yes, dear and Honorable Arnab Goswamiji, you have a representative of Supreme Court of India. My first education, I was a military lawyer. Then I transformed myself and become a religious philosopher. And I cannot tell anything about this case because I don't know real and legal improvement about this particular case with your citizen.
I take your point on that. That's why I don't want to put you in the dock on this. I just gave you my view. I'll thank you, Dr. Sergey. I look forward to meeting you again. I'd like to go next to Libin, brother of Binil. Libin, can you tell us when you spoke to Binil last? And what was the communication? What was going on between Binil and, first of all, my condolences, my deepest condolences, our condolences to you. When was your last contact with your brother? In what circumstances? And what was the Indian government telling you?
He sent a WhatsApp message January 3rd, and the message was, Libin, I'm going to, they are changed me to the other, the war front zone. I don't know, I will come back. Maybe this is my last word, like that.
He spoke to you on the phone or he sent a message to you?
Like a WhatsApp message.
You called him back after that?
No, that time he not in the online.
Last time he was online was on 3rd?
January 3rd, night.
But After that, I have seen that on 16 December, your family members are in touch with Ram Kumar Thangaraj. Ram Kumar of the Indian Embassy. Ram Kumar of the Indian Embassy.
Yes, sir. But they told to my family they will do their best. They will try to get back my brother and the Jain, but nothing happened.
Did they try hard enough, in your view, Libin?
I don't know, sir. If they tried, maybe my brother will come alive. But
it is clear to me, Libin, that the government of India did not do enough. They could have escalated the matter much more. Binil could have been brought out. He's not a fighter.
no, he's an ordinary man, and he have a lot of health problems. Always he have knee problem, and he have tennis elbow. He can take too much weight. But that day he told me they forcefully walk 18 kilometers per day to take food and water, grenades. Like
this picture on the screen is of your brother Binil. I'm showing the picture again you're seeing the picture
Yeah.
in the unit. That's your brother Binil on the left.
Yes, sir.
That video came out when? This video message you have seen?
Maybe December. Like I didn't remember.
So he was trying to contact people for help even after being taken to the battlefield.
Yeah, my father see all politicians, but when my father approached them, they told me go there, go see that sir, and go here. When my father traveling all Kerala, when they come from Delhi, my father go there, and also my father meets Shashi Tharoor sir and Suresh Gopi sir and lot of politicians, but they told to my father they will try, but I don't know what happens.
My question really is on my mind, viewers, as you're watching this tonight. I wonder what Mr. Jaishankar did in this case. Did the Foreign Minister of India speak to the Foreign Minister of Russia when he got to know? Was the message sent from the Indian Embassy? Was it stalled in the Indian Embassy? If it was stalled, then what kind of information loop do we have? If it was responded to, I think the Foreign Minister of India needs to tell the entire country what he did. You see, Mr. Jaishankar, grand strategy, geostrategy, global relations is one thing. In this case, my question directly to Mr. Jaishankar is, what did he do to escalate the matter to save the life of 2 Indians, one of whom has now died? It's a serious question tonight that the government of India and the Ministry of External Affairs face. Sir, Binil had already said that he was exhausted. He had approached a media house. He said he was physically and mentally exhausted because of being deployed on the front line. So for a long time, can you tell me, Libin, for how long was he trying to get out?
When he heard the news about the Sandeep, that time he tried to escape from the army.
Escape as in?
Maybe he tried to come to India. He tried, that time he have the phone and he messaged the embassy, but they told to Jain and Binil they will try. They cancelled their contract before 3 months, but the Russian commander told to them, we didn't get any confirmation about your releasing, so you must stay in the battlefield, like that.
You know, in August, S. Jaishankar said in the Lok Sabha, we'll take this issue very seriously. We have raised it with President Putin's. And Putin got an assurance which was given to the Prime Minister Narendra Modi that any Indian national who is in the service of the Russian army will be discharged and released. Was Binil working directly with the Russian army or with a private army?
Russian army.
He was working for the Russian army, not with a mercenary group, not with a private group.
Not the private group. They told the agent told to my brother, we are taking to Poland. Then he Then they take to the Russia and told to them, we need to Russian citizen. Then we go to Poland. The easy way to get the Russian citizen is join army, and after 1 year we will get the Russian citizen. You don't worry about the army. You will get only the cleaning job, canteen job, like that. But they believe their words, and after he joined, they changed the word. They sent to the war front.
So he was promised that Russian citizenship?
Yeah, like that.
By whom?
I don't know. My brother said like that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, 70,000 people fighting in Russia's military have died in Ukraine. And soldiers from North Korea have died, soldiers from Nepal have died. But the problem in our case is that the government of India says it has a great equation with the government of Russia but can do nothing. Libin, my deepest condolences. I do not have words to express my condolences enough. And very sorry about this. What more can I say? We'll take this up with the government in the way that we can. We already are. Thank you very much, Libin. Thank you for joining me. Please be safe. Abhishek, Sudhir, I think the government of India has failed completely in this case. That's my view.
Yeah, it's really tragic and heavy. I have a heavy heart listening to the brother of Mr. Babu, Binil Babu. This is a case of illegal human trafficking. There is an agency called NORCA Roots, Non-Resident Keralite Affairs Roots. This is the field agency that has been set up by the government of India to better coordinate with government of Kerala on the ground in Kerala. This was a case of Binil being illegally recruited on the pretext of a job and then being deployed in the Russian army on the front lines. 19 arrests have been made of illegally recruiting Indians and in fact illegally human trafficking Indians to the war zone in Russia. Better coordination, yes, totally, Mr. Goswami, I absolutely 100% endorse what you're saying. More should have been done, more could have been done, certainly. But something is being done. Over 45 Indians have been discharged out of the 91 who were recruited illegally. And as the MEA has said in the statement today, this will be taken up once again at the highest levels of the Russian government.
No, I think our previous discussions with the Russians have obviously failed, Subhash Chandran. Obviously, there were meetings. Jaishankar interacted with the Russian foreign minister. The prime minister interacted with President Putin on this very issue. Ajit Doval had also met Putin. But obviously, Putin and the Russian government have not done enough.
Arnab, my deepest condolences to the Binil's family first. And I would like to point out one thing. We have witnessed how the Indian government has intervened to the issues of 7 sailors who were sentenced to death in Qatar. The Ministry of External Affairs, the officers, the entire Indian government had intervened and they saved the life of 7 sailors from Qatar. But in the common man's issues, when the issue of the common civil Indian migrants comes, then the Indian government is failed. I'm very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate to say that the diplomatic missions in these countries, they are white elephants only. They don't do anything to save the lives of the Indian migrant in abroad. So this is very unfortunate. If this would have been a political issue, if India could have taken it as an international issue, the life of the Binil and now the Jain is in the edge. We have lost Sandeep, we have lost Binil, now Jain and many others are there. So the approach of the Indian government, the Ministry of External Affairs is very, very casual in the manner of the common Indian immigrants, and they failed. Means literally they failed to take up this issue as an international issue to save the lives of Indian immigrants, and this is happening everywhere in the world. If the issues are coming for the common this general public, as I said, the Indian missions, the Indian diplomatic officials, they are white elephants only. Arnab, I am very sorry to say that.
No, I think.
Can I just rebut, please? Yeah. I just wanted to rebut and say that law and order is a state subject in Kerala. This is a case of human trafficking, which is an offense under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. So if the CBI and proxy... No, sir, I didn't interrupt you. Let me make my point. I didn't interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. You let me make my point. Let me make my point. I didn't interrupt you.
Why you are bringing Norca to this thing?
No, you are politicizing this issue. You are politicizing this issue. You cannot say what a blame. The state government cannot wash its hands of its issue. You are the Communist Party of India. You are the Communist Party of India. What is the role you have played? What is the role you have played?
False allegation.
Why are you allowing these agents to traffic young men like Binil? Why are you
false allegation, Arnab? In a national channel, making a false allegation against the government agency.
You are allowing these agents to operate with impunity in Kerala. You are allowing them to operate with impunity in Kerala.
The person, one second. Oh, there is an issue.
The recruitment agents are registered under Immigration Act. That is not a state
subject. But that's not even the issue here, Abhishek. I believe the responsibility in this case is squarely of the central government, because an individual trapped in a foreign country sends a message to the Ministry of External Affairs and the Indian Embassy. The government is fully cognizant of the situation. The government has failed to resolve the situation. The government has failed to escalate the matter. The foreign minister has failed in his duty to protect the life of an Indian citizen who is trapped in a war he does not want to take part in. He cannot claim, Mr. Jaishankar cannot claim he did not know. He knew. Therefore, it becomes his responsibility to act. You can't wash your hands off in these circumstances.
No, definitely.
It's very unfortunate, very unfortunate. I think the MEA should do more than just give perfunctory responses to fixed or planted questions. I think the media has failed also in its job to ask tough questions to the MEA. I don't know why, but I thank you both for joining me. Thank you very much indeed for joining me on this story of great concern. We continue to track it. And just days ago, schools in Delhi received a string of bomb threats. The Delhi police claims the NGO under the scanner is linked to a political party. The BJP sees this as an opportunity to take on the Aam Aadmi Party. Clearly, this has become a poll issue. We have a versus on this. Let's debate.
Hundreds of bomb threat calls to schools across the national capital would send the security apparatus into a tizzy. Over months, they happened with perplexing regularity. With one common factor, all messages would come over the VPN, hiding the sender identity. But the mystery unraveled when the Delhi police detained a teenager 2 days ago. He was the one sending those bomb hoax emails to schools, 400 at last count.
8 जनवरी को जो ईमेल आई थी उसमें कुछ हमको ऐसी टेक्निकल विंडो मिली जिससे कि हमने एक जुवेनाइल को ज़ीरो इन किया और ये पता चला कि ये मेल उसने भेजी थी। इसके एक अभिभावक जिस संस्था के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं वहाँ पर एक NGO भी उसके डीप कनेक्शन पाए गए थे। जो हमने प्रिलिमिनरी अभी तक जांच की है उसमें पाया है कि वो एक पर्टिकुलर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी से उसके डीप कनेक्शंस हैं।
It turns out that the teenager has links to an NGO that has connection to a political party. The BJP has come out all guns blazing at the Delhi government.
हम सभी जानते हैं कि दिल्ली में आम आदमी पार्टी का बहुत गहरा संबंध न सिर्फ तमाम ऐसे अवांछित NGO से रहा है और तमाम ऐसी गतिविधियों से रहा है जो अफजल गुरु की हैंगिंग और देश विरोधी तमाम गतिविधियों में लिप्त रहे हैं। क्या आम आदमी पार्टी आकर स्पष्ट करे आपसे उनका क्या संबंध है? आपको सीधे आकर स्पष्ट करना चाहिए 2 टूक शब्दों में।
In an unsparing attack, BJP railed against Delhi Chief Minister Adeshi.
आम आदमी पार्टी की मुख्यमंत्री आतिशी मरलेना जी के दोनों पेरेंट्स ने अफजल गुरु की क्लीमेंसी के पिटीशन का समर्थन किया था।
AAP was quick to jump to its defense.
10 महीने तक आप सोते रहे, अचानक एक मनगढ़ंत स्टोरी आप लेके आ गए। दिल्ली के बच्चों की सुरक्षा के मुद्दे पे आप राजनीति कर रहे हैं और 15 दिन जब चुनाव का रह गया है तो उसको आम आदमी पार्टी से जोड़ रहे हैं। और बयान कौन दे रहा है? सुधांशु त्रिवेदी। बयान कौन दे रहा? भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेता।
With the polls slated for February 5th, The bomb threat controversy has become a political flashpoint in the run-up to the Delhi elections.
Tuhin Sinha of BJP versus Preeti Sharma Menon of Aam Aadmi Party, both national spokespersons for their respective parties. Tuhin, I will give you 1 minute first to prove that the Aam Aadmi Party is directly involved in the bomb hoax emails. 1 minute to prove that AAP is directly involved. Underline the word directly involved in the bomb hoax emails. Tuhin.
Good evening, Arnab. Good evening, everybody. Arnab, while Aam Aadmi Party has spurious credentials when it comes to issues of national importance and national security, and there are several examples of that, what I find particularly uncanny and very serious in this case is 20 days ago, there is this X handle which goes by the name of Media Expose. It had specifically on 22nd December pointed out a very strange behavior of AAP handles, and that included that of Manish Sisodia. They would suddenly amplify these incidents of bomb hoax. But then, when it would be known that they were students, they would either delete it. And then, Arvind Kejriwal had escalated Manish Sisodia's tweet, X post regarding the bomb, but subsequently Manish Sisodia himself deleted it. So it almost seemed that they knew something which the world did not. And today, when the investigation agencies have come to this, have found a direct link between the parent of the boy and certain organizations which were involved in the mercy petitions of Atishi, there is a lot that Aam Aadmi Party needs to answer. But I will just point out to you 3 incidents which show the
parents of the boy, 1 minute, the parents of the boy who sent the bomb hoax email, 1 minute, the parents of the boy who sent the bomb hoax emails, are they from Aam Aadmi Party?
Well, that is what the investigation agencies have know as of now.
No, but you're not giving me a clear reply. Are they from the Aam Aadmi Party?
Well, that is what we know as of now because the matter is still under investigation.
You don't appear to be very sure about it.
No.
No, it is for the Aam Aadmi Party to explain. We don't rush into judgment, but the very fact
but you
that
have
the
rushed
father
into
of
judgment.
This person
You have rushed into judgment. You have said, I'm sorry, you have rushed into judgment. You have said that Kejriwal must come forward and explain the situation. You have said that the accused family is involved in this and the NGO they were associated with is in support of Afzal Guru. Then you have said who are the people from these NGOs? Are they related to AAP? Is a question mark. It's not a statement. It's a question, which means that you are yourself not sure.
No, I will go with what the investigation agencies find out, and the preliminary reports indicate that they are very much involved. I will give you just 3 other instances.
No, are you saying this or Delhi police is saying that AAP is involved? Delhi police has not named AAP or said that AAP is involved. It has not filed a complaint, FIR, or started an investigation against the Aam Aadmi Party. Yes,
well, the very fact that preliminary indications, suggest a link between the parents of that boy who was sending these hoax calls and an NGO linked.
So there is a boy, so your link is like this. There is a boy who sends hoax emails. The boy has parents, obviously. The parents are linked to an NGO. That NGO is an NGO that Atishi's parents have been associated with in the past, and one of Atishi's parents, called Tripta Wahi, who's a retired Delhi University teacher, was among several people who wrote a letter to the president 18 years back asking for a mercy for Afzal Guru. That's a very long and disconnected link that you have to prove a very specific charge. Are you tugging at the windmills out here?
Given the recent spate of incidents involving the Aam Aadmi Party, There are the recent spate of incidents involving the Aam Aadmi Party, whether it is Naresh Balian, who is in jail on a mocha charge, whether it is Amanullah Khan, who has served a jail term because of money laundering incident, or whether it is Tahir Hussain, who was storing bombs when Delhi riots was happening. I think all of these make Aam Aadmi Party's whole approach very slippery. Plus, I'm not even getting into the allegations of Pannu, or not even getting into the allegations of Kumar Vishwas when he left the party.
Basically, you see, Preeti, I think the point is that Aam Aadmi Party has supported Afzal Guru in the past. This is the point which is being made by Tuhin. He's not just saying that Atishi's parents, both academics, have been supporters of terrorist Afzal Guru, that terrorist Afzal Guru has been supported by Atishi's parents. He's saying NGOs and AAP have supported Afzal Guru and supported the Tukre gang in 2015. And that people in Delhi will not like it. I'm sure he's correct there. You have supported people from the Tukre gang and NGOs. Is that right or wrong?
I think it's absolutely wrong to say that the Aam Aadmi Party has supported supported Afzal Guru. There has been no such connection. There has been no such statement. There has been no such action. There may be people who are associated with the party who spoke against capital punishment 18 years ago, before we were even a party. And that is not on us. It's their view. They're against capital punishment. That's a separate issue.
Not capital punishment. 1 minute. 1 minute. Just a fact here. Tripta Wahi is a retired teacher at Hindu College, Delhi University. She was among the people who wrote a letter, not just asking the president in 2006 to dismiss the death sentence, but to facilitate a parliamentary inquiry into the whole episode, which means she believed that he was innocent. She did not believe he was guilty, but his life needed to be spared. She was an Afzal Guru supporter. It's a fact. The Chief Minister of Delhi's mother was an Afzal Guru supporter. Question is, does Atishi support the position that her mother took?
I will categorically tell you what position Atishi supports. Atishi supports the safety and security of the citizens of Delhi, especially the children of Delhi.
Does she support the hanging of Afzal Guru?
Threats.
She must make it clear.
Can I please complete? You allowed the BJP spokesperson
but does she support the hanging of Afzal Guru?
If you give me half a minute, can I complete my statement? You have given the other person a long time to speak. I intervened 10 times when he spoke as well. There have been at least let me complete one sentence. Is that allowed?
Go on.
Thank you. 100 schools in Delhi since 1st of May have received bomb threats. They are not alone in this. Okay, there are schools in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, which have received bomb threats. This is all last 6 months. In Madurai, in Kanpur, in Gujarat, in Rajasthan, schools across the country have received bomb threats. Not just schools, airlines. On 28th October, 60 flights were threatened. On 27th October, 50 flights were threatened. On 24th October, another 6 flights were threatened. Bomb threats have been made against Hindu temples. On 28th October, ISKCON temple in Tirupati was threatened. Later, Mahakaleshwar in Jain was threatened. The temple in Vrindavan, the Prem Mandir in Vrindavan was threatened. In the last 6 months, the country has faced so many threats, bomb threats, and the central government has not made one press conference or has spoken once about these various threats, where they are coming from, what has been done about finding out who the perpetrators are, and what action will be taken against them. But 10 days before the Delhi election, a very, untenable connection is made with the Aam Aadmi Party against some juvenile who may or may not be involved in these threats.
Are the juvenile's parents linked to Aam Aadmi Party? Are the juvenile's parents linked to Aam Aadmi Party?
No, they are absolutely not linked to the Aam Aadmi Party. This has nothing to do with the Aam Aadmi Party. The BJP is losing the election very, very badly in Delhi, and they are running out of ideas. And this is where this has been pulled out from. But for us, it's a very serious issue because it is the life of the children studying in our schools.
And
I think it should be for every party and every person in this country.
Are you trying to make national security an issue? Are you forcing the national security election into a Delhi election? National security angle into a Delhi election?
No, we are not. We are not. Our issues are very clear. It's about water, clean water. It's about the clean air.
Then why are you raising what Atishi's mother did in 2006?
No. What makes this case?
What Atishi's mother did in 2006? How is that an election issue?
I'm explaining it to you. I'm explaining it to you.
Police.
What makes this case particularly incriminating is that one 17-year-old was involved with 400 emails, 400 threats. And we believe that this could not have been possible without the involvement of somebody senior, in which case his parents need to be investigated. And if we find, please don't barge in like this, have the basic courtesy. In this case, the role of his parents, what his parents do, the credentials of his parents become very, very important. And if his parents are found to have a link with Aam Aadmi Party, then I think it is also important for Aam Aadmi Party to distance himself with that person. These are very serious issues. Arnab, you would recall that.
But how are you making it an issue without? No, you've made the big if yourself. See, I've not added the if. You've said if the parents are linked.
He has no information on who the parents are. He has no information.
We are making these allegations
on what their connection to the Aam Aadmi Party is. We have no clue who he is talking about.
We are not passing any judgment. We are not passing any judgment. We are making an allegation. It is for the Aam Aadmi Party to clarify whether the boy's parents are linked with the Aam Aadmi Party.
But they are clearly denied.
Allegations without any substance. You can just wake up one morning and make an allegation of terror threats against a political party that works under the constitutional framework of this country. That is so absurd. How do you have a blank check to just get up one day, come on television and say Aam Aadmi Party is involved in terrorist threats?
I have pointed out 5 instances to you.
That is a losing party using desperate measures.
No, what was Tahir Hussain?
What was
okay? On this show, will you call Tahir Hussain, your ex-corporator, a terrorist or not? Do you have the courage to call Tahir Hussain a terrorist? You were shielding him for many years.
Today the BJP president of Haryana
but what he was doing was right under the nose of President Kejriwal.
Not ex-corporator.
He was one of the key culprits in the Delhi. So we all know the credibility, we all know the past credentials of Aam Aadmi Party.
Past credentials of activists, yes, you know the past credentials of activists. We are people who work for the welfare of the citizens.
The Home Ministry in the last few years, and this seems to be an extended part of that campaign.
Communalism. We come from a background of common people who work for the common people.
Would you like to tell me that when Tahir Hussain carried out the Jahangirpuri riots, at that time was he or was he not a member of the Aam Aadmi Party? It happened right under your nose. He was a member of your party.
What did the Aam Aadmi Party do? What did the Aam Aadmi Party do?
But when he did it, that is after the media. See, I'll tell you one thing. Preeti, let me tell you what the Aam Aadmi Party did, because I know this very well. I was at the forefront of covering those riots. The Aam Aadmi Party conveniently and typically protected him. There was one particular news channel, which is Pro-Aap, which did a long interview with him. He was still a member of the Aam Aadmi Party, but when you faced too much criticism, then you expelled him. You first protected him. When he carried out the riots, he was a member of the Army.
Arvind Kejriwal expelled him. But let me complete what I'm saying. We expelled him at the first instance. But the BJP, whenever somebody is accused, whether right now their Haryana president has been accused of gang rape, whether it is Hathras, whether it is Unnao, in any case, if a BJP person is accused of anything, they come out to protect them. Not just to protect them, they treat them with garlands. The Gujarat riot accused were honored with garlands. So BJP protects criminals. The Aam Aadmi Party doesn't say that there will be no criminal who will join the party, but if they will, Arvind Kejriwal will swiftly act against them. But this current list that has been created is so tenuous. It is so unreal. It is so absurd. This is the desperation of a party that
I think today
shows that Aam Aadmi Party basically is pro-extortionist. Naresh Balian, what was the desperation to give a ticket to Naresh Balian's wife? who's serving
you
a jail
are pro-corruption.
in jail
You
because
are
Preeti
pro-big
and
business. You are anti-poor.
the fight
Today
in
the BJP is
Preeti, the fight in
Ghaziabad as we speak.
Preeti, I can tell you the
anti-poor.
fight in Delhi is going to become very, very sharp. Today proves it. It's going to fall very, very sharp. One thing clear to me, the Congress is nowhere than this. It's a BJP versus AAP battle. Thank you both very much. On the other side, an unusual turn of phrase by the Defense Minister. He says to Pakistan, ... when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
आइस बोला था लाने को, लद्दाख चला गया, पूछा फोन पे इतना बिजी क्यों है, तो क्या बोला तू? हाँ, माउंटेन्स वर कॉलिंग।
डॉक्टर जहांगीर उस दिन सनसेट देखने छज्जे पे चढ़ा, टूट गया।
हाँ, तू किसने बोला घर की दीवार पे रॉक क्लाइंबिंग करने को?
सफीना बदतमीजी।
समझ गया। मेरे पास आप दोनों की प्रॉब्लम की मेडिसिन है। इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
എൻ്റെ പേര് ജെയിൻ, വീട് തൃശ്ശൂരാണ്. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഉള്ളത് റഷ്യ ഉക്രൈൻ യുദ്ധം നടക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് സോണിലാണ്. എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ബിനിലേട്ടനുണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങളിവിടെ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ജോലി ഇവിടേക്ക് ഫുഡ്, വാട്ടർ, വെള്ളം തുടങ്ങിയ സാധനങ്ങൾ എത്തിക്കുന്ന ജോലിയായിരുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പക്ഷേ അവരിപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറയുന്നത് അവരുടെ കൂടെ യുദ്ധത്തിന് ചെല്ലണം എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അവർ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മാഗസീനും ഗ്രനേഡും ഒക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എടുത്തു തന്നിരുന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾ ഏകദേശം ഒരു 8 പേരോട് ഇവിടെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ജോലിയായിട്ട്. അതിൽ 4 പേരിനെ അവർ ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ പറഞ്ഞയച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞു. അടുത്ത ലിസ്റ്റിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ 2 പേരുടെയും പേര് വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞ് എംബസിയിൽ രാംകുമാർ സാറിനെ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പുള്ളി ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കോൺട്രാക്റ്റൊക്കെ 3 മാസം മുമ്പ് തന്നെ ക്യാൻസൽ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നാണ്. പക്ഷെ അത്
यह बात आज मैं खुलकर कहना चाहता हूँ, वहाँ आज भी आतंकवादियों के लिए ट्रेनिंग कैंप चलाए जा रहे हैं। भारत सरकार को सब पता चल रहा है, पाकिस्तान को इनको खत्म करना ही होगा, नहीं तो ...
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ജെയിൻ, വീട് തൃശ്ശൂരാണ്. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഉള്ളത് റഷ്യ ഉക്രൈൻ യുദ്ധം നടക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് സോണിലാണ്. എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ബിനിലേട്ടനുണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങളിവിടെ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന ജോലി ഇവിടേക്ക് ഫുഡ്, വാട്ടർ, വെള്ളം തുടങ്ങിയ സാധനങ്ങൾ എത്തിക്കുന്ന ജോലിയായിരുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. പക്ഷേ അവരിപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറയുന്നത് അവരുടെ കൂടെ യുദ്ധത്തിന് ചെല്ലണം എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അവർ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മാഗസീനും ഗ്രനേഡും ഒക്കെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് എടുത്തു തന്നിരുന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾ ഏകദേശം ഒരു 8 പേരോട് ഇവിടെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ജോലിയായിട്ട്. അതിൽ 4 പേരിനെ അവർ ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ പറഞ്ഞയച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞു. അടുത്ത ലിസ്റ്റിൽ ഞങ്ങളുടെ 2 പേരുടെയും പേര് വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞ് എംബസിയിൽ രാംകുമാർ സാറിനെ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പുള്ളി ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കോൺട്രാക്റ്റൊക്കെ 3 മാസം മുമ്പ് തന്നെ ക്യാൻസൽ ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നാണ്. പക്ഷെ അത് ഞങ്ങൾ ഇവിടുത്തെ കമാൻഡറുടെ അടുത്ത് പറയുമ്പോൾ കമാൻഡർ ഞങ്ങളുടെ അടുത്ത് പറയുന്നത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കോൺട്രാക്റ്റ് ഇതുവരെ ക്യാൻസലാക്കിയിട്ടില്ല, ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് അവരെ ഇവിടുന്ന് ഡിസ്മിസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഓർഡർ അവർക്ക് ഡിഫൻസ് മിനിസ്റ്ററിൽ നിന്ന് ലഭിക്കണം, അല്ലാതെ ഞങ്ങളെ പറഞ്ഞയക്കാൻ സാധിക്കില്ല എന്നാണ് അവർ പറയണത്. ഇപ്പം എന്ത് ചെയ്യണമെന്നറിയാത്തൊരവസ്ഥയിലായിരുന്നു ഞങ്ങൾ നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. എങ്ങനെയെങ്കിലും ഞങ്ങളെ ഒന്ന് ഇവിടുന്ന് സഹായിക്കണമായിരുന്നു.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Goswami on the debate.
Many defense experts are seeing, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what I want to say in the nation's sharpest opinion tonight, that many defense experts here in India and elsewhere are seeing the words and listening to the words of India's Defense Minister, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, when he spoke today on POK and when he gave his warning to Pakistan. The way in which he constructed his statement and the way in which he delivered his warning is being seen by many defense experts and keen watchers as a warning of another upcoming surgical strike by India on Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe this statement, this warning should be taken very seriously because, number one, it was not the off-the-record remark. Please see the visuals of Rajnath Singh ji when he's delivering that speech. He's looking at a piece of paper and reading from a scripted statement. What does that mean? You see, ladies and gentlemen, political leaders sometimes speak extempore. Ministers speak extempore. And you can dismiss a statement like that as an off-the-cuff remark that is not made with premeditated intent. But please note, ladies and gentlemen, that when Rajnath Singh is issuing that threat to Pakistan, he is reading from a piece of paper, which means it's a carefully scripted statement. It is a statement aimed at telling the Pakistanis, we are warning you. Please understand, this is an official warning by the government of India. Please understand, don't tell us later we did not warn you. Secondly, he is making the comment in the context of POK. There are 4 references to POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, that have been made there, 4 comments by Rajnath Singh. Thirdly, he has made the statement after the opening of the historic Sonmarg tunnel, the Zedmore tunnel, which the Prime Minister was there at the inauguration of in Sonmarg. Ladies and gentlemen, what does Rajnath Singh say? Every word must be measured. Rajnath Singh says that please remember, Jammu and Kashmir is incomplete without Pakistan occupied Kashmir. It is the crown of India. He says that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is nothing more than foreign territory for Pakistan. Then he repeats, he says, please remember, the people of Pakistan occupied Kashmir are being kept devoid of and being denied a dignified life. Attempts are being made to provoke them against India in the name of religion by the government of Pakistan. And then he says that I want to say very openly that terrorist training camps are being operated in Pakistan occupied Kashmir. We have strong inputs, he says, that the launch pads are being operated from areas near the border. We have strong inputs, which means he says that there is very strong intelligence. There is detailed intelligence about the terrorist groups being operated from other side of the border in POK. And then he says the Indian government knows everything. You have to end this, otherwise, ... Now, when he is using this phrase ... it is clear he doesn't want to specify what India will do, but he's also making a commitment that India will do something. Obviously, he means that India will do something strategic and significant in the context of Pakistan and specifically in the context of Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a resolution in the Parliament of India to take back Pakistan occupied Kashmir. The opportunity is rife, and the fact is that officially the Pakistani government has said before all the Pakistani courts, they have gone and said that this is all foreign territory. The government of Pakistan has no jurisdiction over it. They have said that POK is a foreign territory, and repeatedly the Attorney General, Additional Attorney General of Pakistan has said in their own courts that POK is not part of Pakistan. Question is, viewers, we have to recognize the importance of the ... warning. How do I view it? I view it in terms of a clear warning. There is no timeline that Rajnath Singh has specified. Obviously, he would not, but he's making a commitment. He's making the kind of commitment that the Indian government made pre-Balakot. When we decide to act, we choose our time, but that commitment is being made from a written script. So obviously the entire Defence Ministry, the Government of India is behind this clear and official, well-placed warning. It is also happening at a time when we are pumping in thousands of crores of rupees for the development of Jammu and Kashmir. When the development in Kashmir, jobs in Kashmir, investment in Kashmir goes into billions of dollars. It is happening at a time when Pakistan is exceptionally weak. It is happening at a time when we have the upper hand. It is happening at a wonderful time, ladies and gentlemen, in the geopolitics of the world. We have Trump coming in America. We have great equations with the Russians. We have a working relationship and a great business partnership now developing even with the Chinese. We have great relationship with the Iranians, and we are working very, very closely with the Taliban in defense of India's strategic interest. The combination is on our side. What do you understand by the word ... Lines will be opened up in 13 to 15 minutes from now. Here is the report on what Rajnath Singh said, and then I'll debate.
India has set the record straight for Pakistan. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has issued the ultimate warning to Pakistan. He says Pakistan must dismantle terror operations or ...
जम्मू कश्मीर बिना पीओके के अधूरा है, भारत के माथे का मुकुट मणि है। वैसे भी पीओके पाकिस्तान के लिए एक फॉरेन टेरिटरी से अधिक कुछ नहीं है। पीओके में रह रही अवाम को एक डिग्निफाइड लाइफ से महरूम रखा जा रहा है। उन्हें मजहब के नाम पर हिंदुस्तान के खिलाफ बरगलाने और उकसाने की कोशिश पाकिस्तान के हुक्मरानों द्वारा यह बराबर की जा रही है। हाल ही में पीओके के इल्लीगल वजीर आजम अनवारुल हक ने हिंदुस्तान के खिलाफ जो जहर उगला है, वह पाकिस्तान की ही साजिश का हिस्सा है। पीओके के वजीर आजम अनवारुल हक जो आज कह रहे हैं, वही भारत विरोधी एजेंडा पाकिस्तान के हुक्मरानों ने जनरल जियाउल हक के जमाने से चलाया हुआ है। पीओके की जमीन का इस्तेमाल आतंकवाद का खतरनाक कारोबार चलाने में किया जा रहा है। यह बात आज मैं खुलकर कहना चाहता हूं। वहां आज भी आतंकवादियों के लिए ट्रेनिंग कैंप चलाए जा रहे हैं। सीमा से सटे हुए इलाकों में लॉन्च पैड बने हुए हैं, इसकी पक्की जानकारी है। भारत सरकार को सब पता चल रहा है। पाकिस्तान को इनको खत्म करना ही होगा, नहीं तो ...
This comes a day after the army chief exposed Pakistan's terror export plot.
Past year, 60% of terrorists eliminated were of Pakistan origin. As of today, whatever is remnant in the Valley and Jammu area, we feel that around 80% or more are from Pakistan origin.
And Republic bringing to light Pakistan's plan to push terrorists across the border through a coordinated infiltration network. A warning neither new nor subtle.
आपने पीओके के मुद्दे को मैनिफेस्टो में डाला है, उस पर खुलकर एक तरह से लोगों को पता चले, आप फिर कब करें वो अलग बात है।
पीओके को तो हम मानते ही हैं, पीओके भारत का था, पीओके भारत का है, पीओके भारत का रहेगा। पीओके के लोग खुद ही डिमांड करेंगे, भारत के साथ जाना चाहते हैं, हम अपने जम्मू कश्मीर के साथ जाना चाहते हैं।
It's time for Pakistan to mend its ways or else.
पाकिस्तान को इनको खत्म करना ही होगा, नहीं तो ...
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that's a very significant warning by the Defence Minister of India. I'm opening the debate tonight. Welcome General KK Sinha, Sushant Sareen from Indian side, Jabbar Chaudhry, Pakistani journalist, and Ahmed Hassan Arbi, also a strategic expert from Islamabad. I'm opening tonight with Gaurav Bhatia versus Irshad Ahmed. Gaurav Bhatia is national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Irshad Ahmed is from the PMLN. Gaurav Bhatia ji, why do you feel, what is the meaning of this ... warning? Very unusual turn of phrase from the Defense Minister of India. He's also reading from a written statement, which means it's a very well thought out. सोच समझ के उन्होंने जो कहा है, डॉट डॉट डॉट, इसका मतलब क्या है, इशारा किस तरफ है? गौरव भाटिया, प्लीज.
Arnab, as a proud Indian, today the world recognizes that India is one of the strongest countries in the world. It's leading from the front. And we have a leader like Narendra Modi ji. And therefore, the Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ji is speaking with a lot of clarity of thought. The policy is clear. The message is strong. And I think that it has shaken Pakistan because of the clarity that it has. The message is very clear that either you dismantle the terror operations that go on your soil, or be prepared to get dismantled yourself. We have seen how the brave Indian Army was able to divide the old Pakistan into two. And we all know that the Pakistani have occupied the Kashmir that belongs to us. So therefore, time has come that we not only give out a strong message, but we also expose them to the international world how it is a safe haven for all terrorist activities. And today, our country is strong enough to teach them a befitting lesson if they don't mend their ways. And I remember Balakot airstrike and surgical strikes. You remember, Arnab, how they didn't even have a response because they were so feeble.
Yeah.
And thus, this strong message goes a long way to tell the Pakistani counterparts that stop this terror activity or be prepared to face the worst for yourself.
And thank you, Gaurav Bhatia, for your opening remarks. Irshad Ahmed of the PMLN on the Defense Minister's warning to Pakistan. Irshad ji.
बहुत शुक्रिया जी. मैं चाहूँगा कि मुझे आज सुना जाए जैसे कि आपको मैंने सुना. पहले तो मैं ये कहूँगा कि 78 साल से हम यही गिदड़ भभकियाँ सुन रहे हैं कि आप हमसे कश्मीर ले लेंगे और कश्मीर, आज़ाद कश्मीर को आप मकबूजा कश्मीर की तरह जुल्म बर्बरियत का बाजार गर्म कर देंगे वहाँ. दूसरी बात यह है कि आज़ाद कश्मीर के लोग बड़े मासूम और बड़े शरीफ लोग हैं. वो दहशतगर्द नहीं है, ना वो दहशतगर्दी करते हैं, ना दहशतगर्दों को पसंद करते हैं. और अगर आपने किसी दहशतगर्द जिसको कहते हैं आप, वो लोग हैं जो मकबूजा कश्मीर के मासूम लोग हैं. सुन लीजिए आप, मकबूजा कश्मीर के वो
soldiers of the Pakistani army not surrender.
मैं आपके दरमियान में
नहीं रगड़ी थी, मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ.
चुप करिए, मैं आपको
नहीं, मैं आपसे सवाल पूछने का हकदार हूँ. मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ. मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ. आपने कहा ये गीदड़ भभकी है, तो मैंने आपसे एक सवाल पूछा. काउंटर सवाल ये है, 93,000 Pakistani soldiers surrendered and Pakistan was divided into two parts. Is it not correct? Am I wrong when I'm stating the history? Second, I have a question for you.
आप मुझे पूरा सुने यार, प्लीज मुझे बोलने दे, फिर आप बोलिए.
धन्यवाद, थैंक यू.
मुझे बोलने दे, फिर मैं आपको सवाल भी दूंगा, जवाब भी करूंगा. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि जो आप दहशतगर्द जिनको कहते हैं, वो मकबूजा कश्मीर के वो मासूम कश्मीरी हैं जिनके पेरेंट्स को, जिनके खानदान को आप मारते हैं, वो आपसे बदला लेते हैं. उनको आप दहशतगर्द कहते हैं. वो आजादी की जंग लड़ रहे हैं हिंदुस्तान के साथ. दूसरी बात यह है, आप कहते हैं 93,000 आर्मी के लोगों ने सरेंडर किया. आप ये देखिए कि उन्होंने सरेंडर क्यों किया. अब मैं आपको बताऊंगा, सुनिएगा जरा बड़े आराम से. बात ये थी कि हमारे आगे भी बंगाली भाई थे, हमारा खानदान था, हमारी नस्ल. आप सुन लीजिए, मैं आपके सवाल का जवाब दे रहा हूँ. मैं आपका सवाल का जवाब दे रहा हूँ, आप सुनिए जरा.
इरशाद जी,
सुनने पहले प्लीज सुनिए, पहले मेरी बात.
मैं आपका काउंटर वाइज एक रिबटल देता हूँ. सुनिए इरशाद जी, अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ गीदड़ कौन है.
जवाब सुने ना.
पूरे विश्व की नजरों में गीदड़ पाकिस्तान है. वन, listen to me now. Listen to me. I'm sharing some facts with you. Imran Khan, former Prime Minister of Pakistan. Do you know what he said? Please, Arshad ji, you know that is why the Pakistani panelists are not because they don't listen to me.
Irshad Ahmed, I started with you. आपके साथ शुरुआत की. अभी देखिए ये सारे सेंसिटिव इश्यूज होते हैं। गौरव एक मिनट, गौरव आपसे कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ। गौरव भाटिया जी आपसे कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ। गौरव भाटिया जी एक मिनट इजाजत दें, प्लीज अलाउ मी। इरशाद जी एक मिनट। ये प्रॉब्लम देखिए, इसको कहते हैं सेंसिटिव इश्यूज। सेंसिटिविटी इनकी है कि जबकि कारगिल या 1971 के बारे में इनको जो इनकी बेइज्जती हुई उस समय, ग्लोबल लेवल पे बेइज्जती जो पाकिस्तानियों की ही, ये जब भी उनको याद दिलाते हैं सेंसिटिव हो जाते हैं। सो गौरव आप इनको माफ कर दीजिए, सेंसिटिव सिचुएशन है उनके लिए।
मुझे जवाब तो दे।
नहीं अभी ठीक है, अभी गौरव की बात सुनिए ना।
फैक्ट्स रखना चाहता हूं।
गौरव भाटिया ऑन द डिबेट राइट नाउ। गौरव भाटिया
इरशाद किया है, सुनिए। नाउ मिस्टर इरशाद, यू हैव टू लिसन टू अस। फर्स्ट फैक्ट, Imran Khan has been your prime minister, not ours. Okay? Imran Khan admitted while he was being interviewed that there are 40,000 terrorists on Pakistani soil. So don't tell us. You know, there are more terrorists in Pakistan than engineers and doctors. Second, 123 designated UN designated terrorists found in Pakistan. Name another country, I throw a challenge to you, which has 123 UN designated terrorists. Third, Hafiz Sayyid. मैं दूंगा मेरे फैक्ट्स तो सुन लीजिए। पहला, इमरान खान 40,000 टेररिस्ट ऑन पाकिस्तानी सॉइल। दूसरा, 123 UN designated terrorists. Third fact, सुनिए, third fact, Hafiz Sayyid, who is a declared global terrorist, has been able to form a political party in Pakistan. Would you like, if your children are in Hafiz Sayyid's party, do you think they will bring prosperity to Pakistan? And in the end, I would say, we shudder to think that Pakistan one day can have a prime minister who is a UN global declared terrorist. Imagine. So such is your terrorism. That is the only industry that thrives and survives in Pakistan. And you are no match to a strong India led by Narendra Modi.
Gaurav Bhatia makes a strong opening remark on the Indian side. Ahmad Hassan Arbi, I think, let me analyze this and I'll explain this to you the way I look at it. And Ahmad ji, you can come in with Sushant Sareen on this subject. एक मिनट आपको मैं थोड़ी देर के लिए आपको मैंने रेस्ट दी है इरशाद जी। देखिए अहमद हसन अरबी जी, I'll tell you the way I look at it. We are going to take POK. We are going to take POK. POK हमारा है, हमारी upper hand है. We are a strong army, strong country, much better place. Nobody is going to support you. Everybody has a strong business and economic relationship with India. Nobody will support you. You know, that's the reality. And I think what the Indian Defense Minister is doing today is just a series of open declarations and warnings so that in the future, when we take POK, you can't go and complain anywhere in the world. We have already made your support to terrorism from the soil of POK an international issue. All these statements are on record. You saw the Defense Minister of India was reading from a prepared statement. Rajnath ji usually does not do that. You can ask Sushant Sareen, वो बिना कागज दे के पढ़ते हैं, मगर आज जो उनकी written statement थी, उसका मतलब ये है, it is an official warning. It is a setting of a stage. It's a preparation, right? We are going to take it so that you don't complain later. And we can also go to any international court and say, we don't want to trouble anyone, but if you are going to support terrorism from our own soil, we will take our soil back from under your nose. That's how I see it. I don't know how you see it, Ahmed, but I think you should only see it that way. Ahmed Hassan Arbi, please, from Islamabad.
Thank you, Arnab. पहले तो you have said that राजनाथ सिंह वो जो स्टेटमेंट वो पढ़ रहे हैं वो एक स्क्रिप्ट थी और वो सारा कुछ आई एम श्योर कि उन्होंने वो देखकर पढ़ी होगी, बिकॉज जो आप लोगों की हिस्ट्री है स्पेशली राजनाथ सिंह साहब की, आई एम श्योर कि वो स्क्रिप्ट इस वजह से देख के पढ़ोगे क्योंकि वो बाद में बॉलीवुड में यूज होना होगा, बिकॉज आप लोग इसके अलावा कुछ कर नहीं सकते. आप लोग अगर इतना ही आपको पीओके लेना है, आप पिछले 70 साल से कोशिश कर रहे हैं, आप ले क्यों नहीं सके अभी तक? और अगर आपने फ्रैंकली लेना ही है तो आप आए, बिकॉज दिस टाइम वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू गिव यू अ कप ऑफ टी. We are going to make a very solid fertilizer out of the Indian soldiers if you enter Pakistan or administered Kashmir. You get that, and you are going to and you will be sent back in pieces. So सबसे पहले तो
see, I'll tell you one thing. Look at your record. Look at your record. Look at your record there. See,
Kargil war, what happened?
let me finish. About the
Kargil
terrorism.
war, what happened?
About
Do
the
you know?
terrorism. You guys have
सलवारें पहन के soldiers को भेजते थे. You are such a coward. People who gave up their life for Pakistan who did not even come back to claim their bodies.
You have been blamed and ridiculed and humiliated by the entire world. The Five Eye Alliance calls you a terrorist.
We hosted the G20. What are you hosting? The terrorism conference with the terrorists of the world.
You have been
we hosted G20.
Canada,
what did you host?
in America, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh.
Let me tell you, Arnab, let me remind them, the ex-foreign minister, Shah Mahmood said that Pakistani's army chief legs were shaking.
No, I think he's got excited. No, Gaurav, Ahmad has got excited.
Because all
Ahmad Hassan has got excited.
He's nervous.
He's got excited. I'll tell you what.
This is the only thing that you can.
Ahmad, I want to talk to you. Ahmad, I want to talk to you. Gaurav, let me handle him. Let me handle him 1 minute. See, Ahmad, I'll explain one thing. You did these same things, right? You sent 10 people or 9 people on these boats to Mumbai for 26/11. 8 or 9 were killed. 1 was alive. His name is Ajmal Kasab. Then you got so scared, you said, 1 minute, allow me to tell you, you said he is not a Pakistani, and then after that, when the Indian army hammered you nicely in 1971, when you had 93,000 of your cowards on Indian soil, right? For the first time, they got to eat properly when they were in our captivity. At that point of time, allow me to complete, at that point of time, you said you can do what you want to with the 93,000. Yeah, I will. No, listen to me. Then you said 93,000 are not our soldiers. Then eventually you begged for them back. We gave them back to you. Now you listen to the situation in Gilgit-Baltistan. You listen to the situation in POK. There is no food. There is no drinking water. There is no medicine. There is very little electricity.
And while we
see,
are at it,
70% of Pakistan occupied Kashmir has no energy infrastructure. There is no major hospital in the area.
And then we'll talk about Nagaland as well.
Nagaland is doing fantastically. Nagaland's per capita incomes is 3 times that of Pakistan. We're doing very well. I don't know which illusion you are in. You are an Islamic fundamentalist, as far as I can see. You are an Islamist. You are an Islamist. You are among those who think, that you have some influence in the world. See, Iran hates you, Afghanistan hates you, China doesn't care about you, and you have reduced. You are the world's largest exporter of donkeys today. You tell me one thing: why are donkeys one of your biggest exports? Why are donkeys one of your biggest exports? It is established fact, according to your finance ministry, one of the biggest exports from Pakistan are donkeys. Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. You're not understanding the message. I was told that you're a serious analyst. You're not understanding the message that Rajnath Singh gave when he said ...
No, he did not say ...
He said ...
No, he did not say that.
No, we don't pronounce things. We are not Pakistanis. We are not Lahoris. You didn't get the message.
I got the message. These kind of messages have been given through the Indian politician for the past 70 years. आप लोगों के पास सवाए बोलने के और कुछ नहीं है. This is all the propaganda.
I think, viewers, I'll tell you one thing. When I look at these Pakistanis, I feel like giving them a solid hammering myself. Sushant, I don't think we should pull ourselves back this time. I think it's a great opportunity. We've opened up their western front. We've opened up their western front. They are torn apart on international relations, but they are living in some illusion of their own. I think we should grab the opportunity and break the country up. They are not going to change, Sushant. Lines will be opened in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Lines will be opened in a minute. What do we translate ... into, Sushant Sareen?
So, Arnab, one on this whole business of making fertilizer from Indian troops. There's a lot of fertilizer in the hills of Kargil and even more fertilizer in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan. And more fertilizer is being generated every day, especially with these people because they also bury their dead. So it makes for very good fertilizer. So I think there'll be a lot of fertilizer going forward. Secondly, I was a little bemused when you were talking about export of donkeys. I wonder if you were talking about the 2-legged ones or the 4-legged ones from Pakistan. because both are being exported in big numbers.
At least not the cow piss drinking ones.
The two-legged ones are also notorious for carrying out, for grooming gangs and raping little girls. They do it to the minority girls.
That is the reason why Delhi is the rape capital of the world.
For example, these guys are
that is the reason why the ladies of the Naga army,
that is as far as the
protested without wearing clothes.
Does he know what is the capital of Nagaland?
That is the reason why India is the only country.
You know what is the capital of Nagaland?
Prime Minister who has a
You know what is the capital of Nagaland? Arnab asked him, does he know the capital of Nagaland, since he's so interested in Nagaland?
You need to know the capital of Nagaland.
Of course you don't know you don't know, because this is now just an urban legend for you guys.
You see, Sushant, he's another frustrated Pakistani, you know.
Half-educated kind of characters who, Arnab, I don't know why you call them, but nevertheless, you know, you call them and we have to...
Actually, his team...
Let's get back to... If you now shut him up, then I can...
A little less than begging.
Sushant, louder please, Sushant.
I don't even like talking to these people anymore. So, Arnab, here is the thing. I think what the Defense Minister was doing was... I think it's a significant statement, because it's now a kind of a policy of the government that there is a certain amount of ambiguity in how they are going to react to situations. It's your privilege as a person to say whatever you want to say, but governments do not, especially responsible governments, are not going to indulge in grandstanding, the kind the Pakistanis very often do and then get their backsides kicked. The government in India is not going to do this kind of grandstanding. So I think what the Raksha Mantri did was, when he said that ... it is part of that kind of ambiguity which you maintain over what your reactions are going to be. That is what it is. And I think that is pretty clear over the last maybe almost a decade now, that this is the way the Indian government is going to be reacting, especially when ministers speak in official gatherings. Then they are, there is a certain way in which
visuals.
Then it's a kind of a policy statement. So that is as far as the Raksha Mantri is concerned. Insofar as Pakistan and POK is concerned, look, I think we are going to bide our time. We are going to, already you can see the ferment in POK. The Pakistani media doesn't report because it's not allowed to report. There are very sketchy reports which come from the Pakistani media of the kind of restiveness which is there, not just in POJK, but also in POGB. We saw, for example, the entire route between China and Pakistan through POGB was blocked because of the kind of the resentment which is there on the streets, around the roads, and they block the roads. In POJK, it's even worse. The kind of stuff which we hear in public meetings and public gatherings, the way the Pakistan army is abused, the way the Punjabis are abused, they're not only abused in POJK now, they're abused in Balochistan, they're abused in KP. Even the Sindh is rising up in arms. So look, the situation is turning in a way that they're finding it difficult to control. The economy is broke now. These guys are celebrating. Suddenly, World Bank is giving us $20 billion. Now we'll have a good party. World Bank is giving you $20 billion over 10 years, which comes to about $2 billion a year. And that is also going to come with lots of terms and conditions, which basically means you can't party on that money. But, these guys have this habit, Sheikh Chilli economy, which they run, that, they build dreams out of nothing and then they start operating. So they are going to have problems and we are biding our time. And yes, I think the Raksha Mantri is correct that India is not going to be complete until and unless we vacate Pakistan's illegal occupation, which will be done in the fitness. And as and when we think it's the right time to go in, we'll do it. It's already engaged in the Western Front. So I think it makes sense for us to buy and
Jabbar. No, Jabbar, 1 minute. I want to deal with Jabbar and Ahmad before that. See, you are having the same kind of overconfidence, you people today, that Musharraf used to have, Rahman Malik used to have. And you think that anybody will support you when we hit back and take POK? You've got one thing coming. Nobody is going to support you, Jabbar. You went crying everywhere. You also. And a lot of people with you were crying all over the world. You sent delegations crying that our sovereignty has been infringed on. Gaurav Bhatia remembers. You know, because when Osama bin Laden was found in a lovely, luxurious farmhouse away from Islamabad next to your military headquarters, right? Not in some tribal badlands. You kept saying, okay, Osama is here, we didn't know, we are very sorry, but how could you come into our soil? How could you do this? Then the world told you that you are nothing. The world told you you are nothing. As a country, you have no respect, you are nothing. The Americans came in and hammered you, we hammered you. You have no self-respect, you are a Sheikh Chilli economy, actually you're worse. You think anybody will support you. Now, Jabbar, instead of giving me that stupid smile, why don't you just answer my question? Who supported you when you went crying on Osama bin Laden? Who supported you? Name one country. Name one country in the world that supported you. Name one country in the world that supported you. When I'm asking you a serious question, give me a serious reply. Don't behave like a clown, making faces.
I am a very...
you may be a clown, but you don't have to behave like one. My question to you is that when you went crying about Osama bin Laden, name one country in the world that supported you. Name one country now.
If I'm talking to a clown, then how can I behave? So please listen to me, Arnab, listen to me. आज जो राजनाथ सिंह की जो बात सुन के जो मेरे पास जो उन्होंने डॉट का जो मुहावरा आज कसा है, मैं आपको बताता हूं कि उनका क्या मकसद है। हमारे यहाँ एक मुहावरा है कि जो गरजते हैं वो बरसते नहीं, और इसका इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन है कि seldom
अच्छा बोला ही नहीं, वो क्लीशेड सी पुराने सी बात। आप लोगों को बोलना भी नहीं आता है जब्बार जी?
आप सुन तो
जो गरजते हैं बरसते नहीं, किंडरगार्टन जैसी बात करते हैं। अरे गरज चुके हैं, बरस चुके हैं, बर्बाद कर चुके हैं, आपके देश को तोड़ चुके हैं, आपको कई बार पीट चुके हैं, आप रोते रोते हार जाते हैं। आपके मुशर्रफ अपने लास्ट दिन में भी कोसते थे कि कारगिल क्यों की, उल्टा बोलते किंडरगार्टन वाली भाषा। गौरव भाटिया को छोड़ दूंगा आप पे, आप चुप हो जाएंगे 2 मिनट के अंदर। Lines will also be open today. गरजते हैं बरसते नहीं, इलिटरेट कॉन्वर्सेशन, कोई लेवल ही नहीं है डिबेट का। गौरव कोई लेवल ही नहीं है। गौरव जी अपने लखनवी अंदाज में जवाब देंगे आज। गौरव भाटिया,
ये जो राजनाथ सिंह है ना 2016 में उस वक्त ये इस्लामाबाद आए थे और
देखिए अर्ज किया है,
सुनिए,
दाद चाहूंगा।
गौरव वर्सेस इरशाद अहमद, दैट मे बी अ बेटर फाइट। गौरव वर्सेस इरशाद
के नीचे,
हाँ बोलिए फिर से बोलिए गौरव भाटिया, कन्वे टू देम।
इनके पैरों के नीचे,
हाँ बोलिए।
यस टू इरशाद, इनके पैरों के नीचे जमीन नहीं है। गजब ये है अर्नब, फिर भी इन्हें यकीन नहीं है। और मैं इनको 2 बातें बताना चाहता हूं। आर्टिकल 370 was abrogated by us. They went to the United Nations Security Council. क्या उखाड़ लिया? इरशाद जी बीच में मत बोलिए, आपका तो नाम इरशाद है, आपका तो नाम इरशाद है। मेरी बात सुनिए फिर अपनी बात।
बीजेपी इरशाद जी, आप 2 मिनट प्लीज। इरशाद जी होल्ड ऑन, रुक जाइए 2 मिनट बाद। गौरव भाटिया सुनिए, सीखिए कैसी बात, कैसे कही जाती है बात अपनी। ओके, इस बैंडविड्थ, पाकिस्तानी बैंडविड्थ भी खराब है। अहमद हसन को लाइए राइट पे।
झूठ का पलंग।
अगर बात सलीके से कही जाए तो हर बात सुनी जाती है, लेकिन आपके तरीके से अगर बात करी जाती है तो लताड़ पड़ती है। इसलिए सुनिए अर्नब, आर्टिकल 370 was abrogated by us. The Pakistani stooges went to the United Nations Security Council. Could they do anything? No. The entire world was with us. Do you know why? The world realizes if there is a country that is taking forward the entire globe, it is India. And if there is a haven, safe haven for terrorism, it is Pakistan. Second, a country is known by its sovereignty. I will cite 2 examples when their sovereignty according to them has been violated. One, when Balakot airstrike was conducted, they were shown their place. What could they do in return?
Nothing,
if any of the
nothing.
Pakistani panelists could
nothing
answer
country
second,
could do nothing.
To rightly raise the issue of Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was found in Pakistan. The American SEALs, Navy SEALs, entered their airspace. They eliminated Osama bin Laden. What could they do? They were still begging with a begging bowl in their hands. Either they are begging from the US or China. Their economy is less than the economy of Chandni Chowk of India. The entire country.
Well said, sir. Well said. Well said, Gaurav Bhatia. Okay, Ahmed Hassan.
इतना इन्हें बोलने दिया तो
ये जो आपने
सुने हम भी बोलने के लिए जवाब
Ahmed Hassan versus Gaurav.
आप मुसलसल बोले जा रहे हैं, आपके मेहमान बोले जा रहे हैं, आप उनको सुनने
Ahmed Hassan versus Gaurav.
अर्ज करिए अच्छी भाषा में, कुछ मजबूत बात करिए, अर्ज करिए।
अर्नब ने कहा कि अभी वो गौरव भाटिया को छोड़ देगा, तो इंसानों को तो छोड़ा नहीं जाता।
बोल रहा है
उर्दू आप लोगों की मदर टंग नहीं है, ये आपकी 1000 साल गुलामी का तमगा है आप लोगों के ऊपर। अगर नहीं बोलनी आती
ना उर्दू आती है ना हिंदी,
छोड़ा इंसानों को नहीं जाता, छोड़ा इंसानों को नहीं जाता। मुझे तो
मैं एक और आप पे अर्ज कर देता हूँ,
इंसान नजर आ रहा है, थोड़ा सा इंसान नजर आ रहा है गौरव भाटिया।
सुनिए,
उसको ऐसे तो बेचारे की तजलील।
अब आपको सुनाता हूँ। उन्हें गुमा है कि मेरी उड़ान कम है, मुझे यकीन है पूरा आसमान कम है।
मुसलमानों की गुलामी।
उन्हें गुमा है कि मेरी उड़ान कम है, मुझे यकीन है पूरा आसमान कम है। अरे आपको कुछ आता जाता नहीं है, लगता आपकी पढ़ाई लिखाई जो है सिर्फ असलों में हुई है, पढ़ाई लिखाई नहीं करी आपने। हफीज सैयद के पास जाके प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाना चाहते हैं उसे।
आप उसको मुर्दार का
हमारी मत सुनिए, इमरान खान की सुनिए। इमरान खान वाज प्रेजिंग आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी। Imran Khan said India is moving forward and Pakistan is going backwards.
See, I'll tell you one thing, Ahmed Hassan Arbi, the fact is, I have got with me a hero on the program tonight. His name is General KK Sinha. और मैं General KK Sinha की introduction कर दूं. He can himself tell you. देखिए इनकी तरफ, he is one of the heroes of Kargil. पाकिस्तानियों को मारने की बहुत experience है इनको. क्यों General Sinha? ये बोलते ज्यादा है पाकिस्तानी, but when they face Indian guns, tell me how they behave. Tell the people of this country how the Pakistanis are when they face the Indian army. You have combat experience, you have hardcore experience in giving them a tough time. General Sinha, I want your response on that, and also I want your analysis of what the defense minister means by the ... threat today. And after that, I'll open up to calls as well.
Thank you, Arnab. Thank you, Arnab, for giving me time and getting on your show. Arnab, you have asked me two things to do. First thing, tell them what happened in Kargil and how this Pakistani behave, because they have got a verbal diarrhea. They do it on terrible channels. But when it comes down to, brass tack on Madarat, they shit in the pants. Second thing you have asked me, decipher what exactly dash line of our Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh ji. First, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh ji. First, I will, the first point which you asked me to tell you about what these people do actually on ground. I will not, take you through 65, 71. I will just take you straightway in the Kargil. In the Kargil, I have happened to, my battalion carried out about, more than 78 attacks. We were inside the Pakistan. We were sitting into Maltodhalu area. When the Pakistan, actually they started sitting in their pants, when the Indian Army actually reached those peaks. That is the time, we allowed them, because that was the policy of that time, that we allowed that we will not cross over the LOC, and we allowed them to go back. These people were begging us. They were leaving their dead bodies. We were, actually doing superdo khak of these people. We told them to take their dead body back, at least give them a burial. These people were shitting in their pants, and they shit like this. Their commanders, the people of, people who are even sitting on your television channel, these people are like that. Now I'll come down to actual thing which you have asked me to decipher today. dash. Arnab, there is always a strategic timing and a strategic opportunities. चलिए साहब, सुन लीजिए साहब, आप तो पेपरों के टाइगर हो सकते हैं, हमने तो आपके जो लोग होते हैं ना उनको देखा है. When they're shitting their pants, when they beg for their life. No soldier. Wing Commander Abhinandan was there after Balakot. He was supposed to be your POW, na? He has shown you the guts. That is what the Indian Armed Forces people are. Do you remember Veer Chakra Wing Commander Avinandan, you were sitting in his pants. He was alone there after Balakot. That is what Indian Armed Forces people are. Let me, Arnab ask me the second very important thing, which I have come here today.
The second point, I want you to analyze the statement and the point being made on the ... the unfinished sentence of the Defense Minister.
Yes. Arnab, thank you very much. See, Arnab, I will start off. Sir, साहब सुन लें, जनाब सुन लीजिए. इरशाद साहब, आपको बहुत बार सुना है. साहब आप दुबई में अच्छे लगते हैं उन क्लबों में, यहाँ आकर मत ना बोले. सुनिए साहब, जनाब सुने, मौलाना साहब सुनिए.
बोले. Carry on, General sir.
Okay. No, I will just start. There is a strategic timing and opportunities. You know, when Rajnath Singh ji has told today, 14th January is the Veteran Day, and today he has given a statement. He has not given you after that Pulwama or Uri that we are carrying out when such a strike or Balakot. He has told you when we are opening thing and doing actually on ground. After opening the tunnel, he has given the statement. And absolutely reading from a script. Saab, sune. Today in the Durand line, the people, especially Taliban, who are sitting across in Afghanistan in the Western Front, they are taking your area, and Taliban, 107 kilometers of the Wakhan corridor of Afghanistan is supposed to be in Balakot, in Gilgit-Baltistan area, which is supposed to be us. We are supposed to be neighbor of Afghanistan. This is exactly he is saying. Because not only POK, he says that we have got 8 figure great references of 38 those camps which we are, which are there operating and sending the terrorists. He said that you have to stop, otherwise ... What do you mean by ... mean we are going to take this, and this time all these 38 areas which is in a POK is going to be us. It is not like that we are going to do a Balakot. We are not going to do a surgical strike and come back. This time, this 38 points in the POK, which lies 740 kilometers, and that's why he is reading from the script. This type of things came on 5th of August.
I think you're reading it right. I think you're reading it right. I think you're reading it right, General Saab. I'll tell you one thing. The Pakistanis do not have any geostrategic understanding. We are building a case. We are building a case before action. Our first call, our next call, we are taking calls tonight live. Manju is calling from Bengaluru. Manju, briefly, please. I'll take 4 or 5 calls, one after the other, to give our viewers a sense of how people of India are reacting to this conversation. Manju from Bengaluru, please. Yes, Manju.
Arnab sir, I'm very thankful to the opportunity. You are a fearless journalist in my nation. I am very honored to speak you on this, interact with you. And the thing what I want to say is they are in denial state. They are not open to the reality. Until and unless they are open to the reality, they will not be able to assess any situation. अब गजब के एक शायर बोला ना अपने पैनलिस्ट ने, उनके पैरों के नीचे जमीन नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी उनको यकीन नहीं है. वो सारा के सारा समराइज कर देता है इनकी सोच को.
Perfect. Fantastic. Manju from Bengaluru. Captain Christopher Verma from Mumbai. Captain Verma.
Good evening, Arnab. Good to be back on your show. I make a quick 4 points.
Go on. Oops, lost the line with Christopher Verma there. Ravi Iyer from Bhopal. From Bhopal, Ravi Iyer. Calls are buzzing tonight. Ravi, what do you think?
All the terrorist camp lying within our territory, that is POK. POK is our nation. So we should destroy all the terrorist camp over there.
Absolutely. We should surround them on all sides. It will also give us great strategic depth. And after that, Afghanistan and India can handle Pakistan or whatever is left very well. Yogendra Kapoor from Delhi. Yogendra Kapoor ji.
Yeah, Arnab, my question to the Pakistani panelists is that my understanding of ... means perform or perish. I would like to understand their point of view.
इरशाद जी बोलिए। प्रॉब्लम है आपकी पाकिस्तानी बैंडविड्थ कभी काम नहीं करती है, आपकी बैंडविड्थ भी नहीं है।
आप इसी तरह मार खाते रहेंगे तो आप मैं कह रहा हूँ कि बहुत बुरी हालत में आप लोग, आप अपनी खैर बनाइए। देखिए जहाँ जाते हैं वहां से आपको निकाला जाता है, सुधारा जाता है।
ओके, थैंक यू। सुभाष बुंदेला फ्रॉम नासिक, सुभाष बुंदेला फ्रॉम नासिक, वॉल्यूम डाउन। सुभाष बुंदेला फ्रॉम नासिक।
हेलो
सुभाष जी, यस, फ्रॉम नासिक, गो ऑन।
Yeah, Arnab, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Arnab, with your permission, because these Pakistanis, they can't speak or understand English, can I speak in Hindi?
Okay, but you know, yeah.
Yeah, इरशाद साहब, बात सुनो, न समझोगे तो मिट जाओगे पाकिस्तान वालों। ये जो डॉट 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 है ना, न समझोगे तो मिट जाओगे पाकिस्तान वालों, तुम्हारी दास्तां भी ना होंगी दास्तानों में।
Well said, Subhash Bundela follows in the same line as Gaurav Bhatia tonight. All I want you to, no, Ahmad Hassan Arbi Modi ka India hai, you understand. The government is a Modi government, be careful, huh? And the people of India are strongly behind the Modi government.
2000 साल फिर से आप लोगों पे हुकूमत करें और फिर आगे आने वाले दौर भी आप लोग मुसलमानों की गुलामी में गुजारो, कम से कम अपनी जुबान तो बना लो यार।
अच्छा, Gaurav Bhatia is responding right now. Provoked once again, Ahmad Hassan Arbi. Gaurav Bhatia.
Superiority complex. भाटिया पे
छोड़ने लगे। कहा जाता है ना कि दुश्मन भी मुझे खानदानी चाहिए, और ये खानदानी क्या होंगे अगर हमारी आर्मी गरजने और बरसने लगती है, इनकी पतलून गीली हो जाती है। और एक फैक्ट और बता दूं, शांत, ये फैक्ट है, there is a letter written by their former external affair minister महमूद कुरैशी। मत बोलो, ये सारे दांत टूट जाएंगे, नकली लगा के आए हो, मत बोलो, बदतमीजी करनी है, अगर फूंक दिया तो उड़ जाओगे, याद रखना,
कमी की वजह
याद रखना, इसलिए बीच में मत बोलो, बदतमीजी मत करो।
गौरव भाटिया कंटिन्यू प्लीज, गौरव भाटिया प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
तरफ अमेरिका की तरफ भिखारी, फैक्ट सुनो, former minister of Pakistan wrote to the ambassador to the US and he said, and I'm reading,
National Security Advisor Ajit Kumar Doval,
Pakistani leadership, this portrays the diplomatic overtures of Pakistan in poor light। मतलब ये वो व्यक्ति हैं, इनको कहते हैं धोबी का कुत्ता, ना घर का ना घाट का, ये हर जगह से लात खाते हैं अर्नब, and they cannot compete with a powerful nation like India because today we are an economic power, 5th largest economy in the world, 5th largest economy, 4th largest stock exchange in the world। आप कहाँ खड़े हो, गधे बेच रहे हो, बताइए। You will compete with us। We have the second largest army in the world, the bravest army in the world।
बोलो,
आप कहाँ खड़े हो? Yes, बोलो क्या दगे कारतूस क्या बोले, अपने सोल्जर्स की डेड बॉडी नहीं ले जा पाए, इतने बड़े कायर हो, शर्म आनी चाहिए। पूरा
मैंने तो तुम्हें कुछ नहीं कहा भाई, वो अर्नब कह रहा है वो तुम्हें छोड़ेगा मेरे।
अहमद हसन अरबी, आई जस्ट वांट टू टेल यू, शायद आपके कॉम्प्रिहेंशन के बियॉन्ड है, शायद पाकिस्तानियों को समझ में नहीं आती है, बट द पाकिस्तान हाई कोर्ट, द हाई कोर्ट इन इस्लामाबाद told the government of Pakistan, please tell us the legal situation of POK। 1 minute, Sushant will explain to you। Sushant, the Pakistan sent its attorney general, the attorney general told the attorney general of Pakistan told, Ahmad, do you realize you are truly an empty cartridge? Can you understand one point? You have no explosive left in you, you are hollow, you don't explode properly, you are ringing hollow, you are making no sense। Please listen to me, Sushant। Well, the Pakistani government acknowledged
that India is sitting on a power keg। पाकिस्तान की इकोनॉमी खराब, पाकिस्तान दुनिया में असली, तुम आ क्यों नहीं रहे फिर? What are you waiting for?
आएंगे ना, आपको जल्दी क्या है? हम आएंगे, आपको जल्दी क्या है? You can't।
आओ ना भाई, आओ।
अभी तो
Gaurav, he's in a hurry। Sushant, he's in a hurry।
You have been giving statements।
Anyway, when we come, we'll deal with you also। When we come, हम आपके साथ भी डील करेंगे।
वो तुम्हारा वो बिपिन रावत था ना, the clown that you guys had in the Indian army, वो कहता था
कि कश्मीर, ladies and gentlemen,
के बाद वो देखा था how he was burned और उसका DNA नहीं मिल रहा था, तो
तमीज से बात करना, दो कौड़ी के इंसान। बिपिन रावत जी ने पूरी पाकिस्तानी आर्मी को किया था। बकवास सही, बकवास सही, बकवास सही, बिल्कुल बदतमीज आदमी। अगर हमारी आर्मी के बारे में एक शब्द कहा तो ऐसा ठोकेंगे, गिनते रह जाओगे छेद कितने हुए, समझ गए? पता नहीं चलेगा किस छेद से सांस ले रहे हो, किस छेद से निकल रही है। बकवास नहीं करना।
आते क्यों नहीं?
किसी भी आर्मी ऑफिसर के बारे में एक शब्द मत बोलना। शेर है शेर, तुम्हारी तरह गीदड़ नहीं है, गीदड़ नहीं है, गीदड़ कहीं के। Dare you say a word about late Bipin Rawat ji?
That's true. I completely support that. Joshua Gupta is calling from Lucknow. I'll take 2 callers tonight. And the callers tonight are only to give the Pakistanis a clear sense of the feeling among the people of India, how fed up we are of you. We don't care about you. You are nothing. You're a nothing country. But you need to be eliminated from the face of the earth as a country. You are not a nation, but whatever is left also needs to be blown to smithereens. Joshua Gupta is calling in from Lucknow in the last few minutes of this debate tonight. Joshua, go on. Joshua Gupta, are you there from Lucknow? I think I lost the line there with Joshua Gupta. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to go to Sushant Sareen once again. Sushant, give me a prediction. Do a forecast of this for us. You're seeing global changes. 2025 is going to be a very interesting year. Tailwinds are behind us. Read the situation strategically in the context of POK, please.
No, I'm not in the business of predictions, but I think the trend lines are pretty clear. The economy in Pakistan is not really picking up. There is some modicum of stability, but much of it is on borrowed funds, which they're begging from all over the world. The export markets are not picking up. Nothing is happening. They're depending a bit on remittances. Those could start drying up maybe in the future. So the economy is a problem. Because of that, there is restiveness. For example, in POJK, the kind of sloganeering which you are hearing is kind of mind-boggling for somebody like me who's been watching Pakistan for many years now. I've never heard this kind of stuff. The kind of resentment, the kind of alienation which is quite visible. And what is the response of the government in Islamabad? They plant these military puppets out there to try and control the situation. This Anwarul Haq fellow, yet another puppet. Nobody knows where he came from. He's planted out there. Somebody else in Balochistan. Those kind of clowns they've planted out there. So they're not able to control the politics of the place. And then there are new movements which are coming up, which are challenging the might of Pakistan. There is a huge problem. And people like the guy who's right now on the screen with me, foul-mouthed fellow, he'll keep talking. Because he
Ahmed
brownie points with his masters in khaki uniform, like his leader of his party, who's also like a little puppet roaming all the place behind the army. This guy is something like that. So I don't even take these guys seriously. Another guy who's talking about pedigree. What is the pedigree of Pakistanis? They don't even know where they've come from. Most of them are Hindu converts. Most of them are, from what should I say? Unmentionable things. Most of them have been forcibly converted. And these guys now identify themselves with Arabs or, Afghans or Turks. Their DNA is not even that. So, these are people, colonized people, mentally colonized, ideologically colonized. What do you get from these guys? So I don't take these guys seriously anymore. I have nothing but a lot of contempt for most of them because most of them talk trash anyways. And frankly, just look at the way this guy talks. Look at the way he talks about a deceased person, right? It tells you about his upbringing. It tells you about his family background. And it tells you a lot about...
Listen, you can add him up to the list of your 3,000 gods. I don't care.
One minute. Arshad, I think you are foul-mouthed. I don't think you are a geopolitical expert. I don't think you're an international expert. You speak like, I don't know, an uncouth person. You speak like an illiterate man. You don't speak like a man with half an education. I mean, that's the way you are communicating. You don't speak well in any language, and it's beneath me to respond to you. Sushant.
It tells you a lot about the family he comes from, the background he comes from, the society he belongs to. that he talks in this kind of a language. So, I have nothing but contempt for these kind of people.
No, we don't understand that language. No, we don't understand that language. You're an uncivilized country and an uncivilized person from a bankrupt country to be talking like that. And that's what makes you what you are. Why do you think? Tell me, Ahmed, why are you in this situation today as a country?
Listen.
Is there any respect for you anywhere in the world? You've got to really come to terms with your situation in the world tonight.
Their passport is the fourth in the world.
Let me tell you.
Whenever they go,
let me speak.
Gabon has more clout than you.
This is the problem. This is the problem with you people.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have to close this debate tonight. I apologize for the language used by Ahmed Hassan Arbi. Unfortunate, but it only happens because maybe he says upbringing, education, or the frustration within, And the situation in Pakistan is so bad, they must be feeling bad within. But as I come to the end of this debate, let me record and summarize. I thank you all with Note Assist using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Ladies and gentlemen, India has made it totally clear that Pakistan must end its use of terrorism or face consequences. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh openly stated that terror camps in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir remain active. He has made it clear that Pakistan must act or be prepared for what follows, leaving his warning ominously open-ended with ... This signals India's readiness to respond, in my view, decisively. Pakistan must recalibrate its strategy or risk decisive action from the Indian side. There you have it, the precise reading of the debate in a simpler format using Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Thank you for watching. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
उस दिन सनसेट देखने छज्जे पे चढ़ा, टूट गया।
हाँ, तो किसने बोला घर की दीवार पे रॉक क्लाइंबिंग करने को?
सफीना बदतमीजी।
समझ गया। मेरे पास आप दोनों की प्रॉब्लम की मेडिसिन है। इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ജെയിൻ, വീട് തൃശ്ശൂരാണ്. ഞാനിപ്പോൾ ഉള്ളത് റഷ്യ-ഉക്രൈൻ യുദ്ധം നടക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് സോണിലാണ്. എൻ്റെ കൂടെ ബിനിലേട്ടനുണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങളിവിടെ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന